It's different from what you taught in school and what you learn doing this stuff, you learn it because your life depends on it. You learn it, you have it. Now, what about if you get a chance to go over that 4 or 5 times? That's learning. It's drilled in. Okay, so project management, we got that covered. The pace, we're in charge of our own pace. We're not impressed with nothing anybody do because we're responsible for our own pace. We're responsible for our direction. The other thing about burnout, brownout, becoming depressed, that's not possible. Well, it is possible, but it's not likely. Why is it not likely? They try to get you involved in their goal setting and their this and that, and then you do certain things, and then you get depressed, or you get sad, or you lose confidence. I do it all the time. I have talked to people that was here before, they sit around, we try to help everybody. And then you want to see where their head is at. Yeah, man, you can count on the Negro doing this, count on the Negro doing that. Yeah, that's right. Because that's their justification for cooperating with the white man. They cooperate with the white man because niggas is going to double cross you anyway, right? We're just telling them that. We got a choice. Allah created the human being. He can go to the highest of the high or to the lowest of the low. That's in the Quran, right? We're taking the higher road. We're not doing this. We might say something, but we're not looking for the worst in the Negro. We're looking for the best, right? They both there. So you go do what you want to do. We looking for the best. We don't have to hit pay dirt once every 10,000 hits. You know, we don't have to do nothing but go for the good in the human being. Because the whole world that we talk about developing is going to be based on the good of the human being. Why? Hell, we already got the worst. We could just cruise with this. If we want the worst, we got it. If we want the low part of human being, we got this right here. We got it. If we want the worst in the human, this system is designed to bring the worst out of human beings. The police department is designed to bring the worst out of human beings. All of the competition and non-cooperation that they got, they know the human being is a social animal, but do their sociological aspect relate to competition or cooperation?
Competition.
It's competition, that's them. But what's the best in human being? Cooperation. It's like people that work out together. I used to watch teams. You know, you can have a team that's competitive to get a progress, but they tease each other in a certain way. Yeah, you can't do it, I can do it, I'm going, and they get down 400 pounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get down, you do it one time, and they make fun of you. That's competition. But you got the other team, they cooperate with each other. Come on, man, you got it. You can get that. You got it. And then if you're straining with it, they, you know, where you just put a little on the bar, and they get it up. Sometimes if you way back here, they can't even see you. You can, you know what I mean? You're on each end, and you can just a little bit, and they get it. You don't worry whether they think they got it themselves. If they get it, their body's going to bulk up enough. Pretty soon they get it themselves. So it don't make no, but you can cooperate. I mean, everybody studied. I studied between capitalism and communism just isn't working out. You know, you can cooperate and help each other, and you can get big and bad as them guys in competition. They compete with each other. They make fun of each other. You congratulate each other. Man, you made it. I knew you could make that all the time. You had that in here all the time? Simple. Can you turn the lid? That's a little cool for a second. Not that it's getting hot or nothing in here, but just a pinch. Okay. Remember, whatever you think about it, we're As-Sabiqun. We have to show the way. We don't have to show the way, but that's what we want to do. Show the way. What does show the way mean? Remember we was talking about beyond Malcolm and all that. Okay, we have to go beyond Muhammad Ali and beyond Jack Johnson too. That's where we're headed now. This is a whole new arena now. We've used them as guideposts and what have you, and it's been wonderful. But remember Star Trekism, go beyond, you got to get on out there. This next phase is where we're going. The first stage, we're going to use them, the system, to help. Why? They're a prisoner of their own system. They've got to watch you. They've got to be there. In order to be there with you, you're going to have to cooperate. When I say do this, you're going to have to do it. Or you can go bye-bye. Right? That means that they got to stay there and they got to, so there's nothing they can do. We're going to make the system. We've studied it. They got to. They can't. We already did it. This is the third go round on this. We've been just floating out on our own for decades. All of it has been, I think this is the second cycle. Well, definitely ever since we've been here. And since we was in Oakland, I told Abdul Malik in '87, I said, you the police, that's '87. But we started the cycle of, if I talked about something, I already knew it a long way back. It may not seem like it. We don't talk about stuff until we did it and tried it 4 or 5 times. All of it. Okay, so we're going beyond Ali and beyond Jack Johnson because we've used all of that. And we've used it well. We've used it studying Bossman and the techniques of pulling up points. The fight we have with Bossman, we went on points all the time. How to pump the FBI. Everybody knows what we done said about Bossman, right? And tell the truth. Don't everybody know exactly what's been going on here all over the city? Actually, everybody knows. And everybody participates. Don't go to that Masjid, they know. Right? So whether they agree with us or not, they still know. So we're getting the points. We're winning on points. And then Bossman, instead of just having one fight at a time, us, he done jumped in with everybody. He's out of his league. And remember, it's not us that's getting worse, he's getting worse. He was the big champion, right? Our analysis is not getting worse. I believe, and y'all can say that whether you believe it, our analysis is getting better and more disciplined and more focused. They're more accurate, right? And we're getting older. So I'm not no teenager. We're getting older. Whose system is messing up? And remember, we don't have nothing. We just had to have the discipline and stickability to stay around long enough That's what protracted is. We had no idea when we started this in the mid-'80s, or this phase, what we was going to run across and how we was already doing some of it then. But we didn't have an idea of how this thing was going to really develop. We just had a vision of how we wanted life to be, because we didn't like what they was doing. Okay.
I think that's part of it, having a vision.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
I don't think, well, Allah knows best, but it doesn't seem like, I mean, there are, because I've been looking at stuff like futurists, so, you know, they have a vision, of course, right. But it doesn't seem like amongst the Muslims that there's been, and that's what I keep going back to, that there's been a vision. If there's no vision, right. There's no plan.
There's no plan. Well, this next phase is exciting. Let me kind of move toward wrapping it up. But we've been doing our job each stage of the game. Boss Man has a public butt kicking. That's what we've been doing all along. These programs are public butt kicking. And we're saying everything you do, you don't bother nobody. You know what I mean? That's letting everybody know. You mean? Now remember, they know a lot of what's going on is real. And most people can taste that most of the things that we're saying here is generally real. If that's true, just bring in the Negroes. If that nigga can do it, I can do it. He's a nigga just like me, right? That's an asset. Just keep doing it so long, then the Negroes up in Brooklyn and all of that, and up in Connecticut, eventually embarrass them with behavior. You mean y'all been doing that all of these? Good God. And what did y'all say? You're depressed. You're depressed. What? You're having psychological. Right? That's all we're doing. And they saying it. We are having psychological, not post-traumatic. Y'all having post-traumatic Negro something around this. What is y'all having? Well, they don't pay attention to us anymore. Well, why is that? What did they do? Or what did they do? Well, we went all around, we talked for them, we carried water, and we cut your throat 1,000 times, we did everything that they told us to do, and now we're depressed. I said, dog, man. I said, we ain't depressed. I said, boss man, beat us upside the head, steal all that stuff, but we ain't depressed. Think about it. We ain't depressed. That's not normal. That they get everything that they wanted, and then they depressed. And we don't get nothing but blood, sweat, and tears, and we like it. And we're happy. Hey, man. But remember, in the war, you have to fight the war according to what God gives you. Right? Nobody ever even thought of handling the United States government like we're doing. It's hilarious. But that's what God gave us, hilarity. Making fun of people. When I was 4 feet tall, talking trash, oh, that's a gift. Just make fun. People can say anything about, one thing I learned. When I was 17, I was in one of these reform schools, and it was a kind of older. The senior officer was a black man, and he was, when I was this was Northern Reception Center, where you come into these things. Let's say I was 17, and then you get your teeth fixed, you get all your diagnostic test. Then they send you somewhere. Well, this one was in Sacramento. He sent me to camp. They sent me to camp because he wrote a recommendation. And something happened that really impressed him. I was always messing with everybody, right? And one time, the whole group was laughing at me. The whole group. And I just said, it ain't no big deal. The way I dealt with it, he was very impressed. He would say, I can give it out, but I can take it. It ain't, it's just, you know, he was really impressed, you know, that a black man would be like that. He was really impressed. And he wrote that thing, of course they sent me down to camp later on, the white man did. But I went to forestry camp, and I loved it. That's where I found out I liked the forest a lot. I won't run nowhere else but in the woods. Just it ain't no really woods on there, but it's woody. I just go right, I ain't gonna run up and down the street because it's woods right. I learned the peacefulness, the tranquility, you know, when all them trees and you can find a spot in there where it's nice and easy and you just kick back. You work hard, but I said, man, I really like the forest and then little flood control work, all that stuff that you do in forestry camp. I actually liked it. I'm gonna show y'all some pictures. I'm the happiest man up there. All of my friends, we take pictures. They're all mean looking, and you can see me. I'm messing with everybody, but I'm trying to tell you, that's a gift. And one time, I looked at a picture of myself. I don't know if I showed it to you. I'll show it. One picture, and I looked at that. I said, that's me, nigga, there. I said, that ain't me. Although it was. And I got arrested so many times, and you know what I mean, they harassing me, and I was mad. I said, I quit. And I did, I pulled back, because that wasn't me. And I remember something the white man said, what is it a man gain the world, lose his own soul? Something like that. So what is the sense of having all this? And I'm not the way I started, I ain't gonna do that. And that's what they do. They try to change you to fit into, they harass you, they do this, that, and other, or they coddle you, or they pay you, or they do all that so you fit into their program. We're not fitting, we said, boss man, you gotta fit in our program, because your program is not good. Why should we join you? Your program is not good. No, no, no. You come over here with a treaty, or you kiss our behind, the JPC or whatever it is. It's just a joke, but you're gonna have to admit that what we're talking about is genuine. You're gonna have to cooperate with us. We're not cooperating with you. That's what we're not cooperating with them because they're not good. That's simple. They're not right. That's all it is. It ain't nothing like no. We have your system. We see it all. We smell it. We sleep with it. We're around it. We don't want that. And there's no sense working if you don't work. If you got a good vision, work for it, right? We already see what they produce. We see it. We smell it. We're around it. So our motto and our theme is to go in and get the good out of people. Okay, they see me. Actually, I got right here. Not only they see me, they are in me. They regulate, or they can regulate body. I mean, that's why you ever notice that every now and then, like a few months ago, we was up on the thing, on the roof. I couldn't hardly stand up. They was messing with my balance. What about yesterday? No problem. What about right after that, no problem. Is it because I was busy walking up on the ladder? No, I only went up on the ladder one time per day. That ain't enough to get you, you know what I mean? And I can't hardly bend over. I can't go down on a knee. And I got knee pads, you know what I mean? To put those things, wait a minute, hold it. I can do it now. Why I couldn't do it then? Was it the weather? The weather was 66 degrees. If it was 66 degrees, that mean on that roof, it was closer to 75 degrees. Right, something like that. That's nice. Oh, there's a little cool little breeze, but that stuff was so warm, we were still slipping on it. It was slipping down, right? Anyway, this is something that they never, that's our blessing, that it's a different approach. It's a different strategy. That's exactly what it is. And it's never been used before. It's not only nonviolent resistance and all of that. It's game playing, role playing. It's just having a good time. Just like the coach tells boys, you done studied all this in, now go out and have a good time. That's, what do? When you having a good time, right? You don't work hard. You don't like kids who play hard. Shoot, they play hard, the harder they would work, right? People always play harder than they would work, right? I mean, if you did that on the job, you'd be trying to hide behind a tree, right? You wouldn't want to do it because it's work. But fun, man, you'll be stretching and getting knocked down and rolling down the hill, right? If you playing rugby or something, anything like that, right? You having fun. That is murder. But if you was playing rugby just for a salary, you know, just like a regular, man, I'm not gonna get hit all like that. No, because it ain't no fun, right? But if you having fun, you do all of that. That's the secret of, let's call it our success. We having fun. And we're going to teach everybody else to have fun too. That's our contribution to this whole global thing. And we're not taking nothing bad. The way the immigrants did the Negroes, Iranians,